Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking this video. So this week I wanted to try out something different. I want to ask the question, do we really need to buff our nails or file them or prep them before we do our press-on nail designs? So I'm gonna make a normal press-on nail set design, and I'm gonna do 5 nails with completely nothing straight out of the packet, and then 5 nails I'm gonna buff. Now, if you're not new around here, you already know most of the time, I like to prep my nails. I use an electric nail drill and I just file away with the nail file, and then I will swap it around to the buffer and then buff my nails. I find that prepping my nails gives off a nice smooth finish, but it might be the case that we don't need to do this at all. This might actually be a game changer for me because I spend so long prepping the nails and I really and truly might not even have to. So this is very exciting. If this works out, I'm probably not really going to prep my nails anymore, and hopefully this might answer some of your questions if you ever wondered, do you really need to press on nails? Because obviously it's not an actual nail bed, it is just artificial nails, and normally people prep natural nails because of the natural oils that seep through, but yeah, this is just artificial nails that may not need to be prepped. So if I was rambling on too much, you might have noticed that I switched the nail drill head to the buffer, and I'm just gonna buff the nails nice and smooth, and then I will dust off the excess powder with a fan brush. As per usual, I'm going in with a base gel coat. This one is from Beetles. I got it from Amazon. But yeah, I'm just going to apply this on the buffed nails. I'm not going to do it on the plain nails because that's the whole point of this experiment, to see if we do really need to prep nails or not. Guys, I feel like I'm shouting. I'm using my AirPods right now, so I'm struggling to hear myself. So I'm talking a bit louder than normal. But let me know what you think of the audio. Normally I use my earphones, but I wanted to try and improve the audio a bit. Anyways, let me not ramble. So I cured that for 60 seconds and I'm going to start with the nail design. These are the 3 polishes I'm going to use. Just a purple, a nude and a white colour. Starting with the most basic design you could do of all, just a plain colour on the thumb. So I'm starting off with the buff nails. If you notice, the buff nails are on the bottom and then the plain nails are on the top. Everything is going on smoothly so far. I don't know if you can notice just a tiny bit of streaks, and I just keep going over those to make sure I have an even layered coat. And now we're going to go in on the plain nail. And yeah, it's also going on smoothly. I don't really know if there's a difference, guys. You let me know. But as far as my eye can see, and when I was making them, there wasn't much of a difference. I will say the plain coat felt a lot smoother, but apart from that, there is really not much difference. And here I did a side by side, so on the left is the buffed nail, on the right is the plain nail, and there is really not much of a difference. Okay, so moving on to the next 2 nails, so the index and the middle, I'm going to do a simple cute design on them. So on the index is going to be a floral design, on the middle finger is going to be a pointed French tip, and both of them just need a nude base gel polish. And as I said before, there's no real difference apart from the non-buff nails feeling a lot smoother on application, but apart from that, it's the same, guys. I hope this isn't too confusing, guys. So on the bottom is the buffed nails, on the top is the non-buff nails. So right now, the nails that you're looking at right now are the buff nails. Okay, so our basic layer of polishes are down and looking nice and smooth. So moving on to the ring finger, I'm just going to do a kind of marbly effect type of design. So I'm taking a, I don't know what to call it, like an angled brush, Yeah, I'm taking an angled brush and I'm just gonna diagonally pat down the purple color. So this is the buffed nail currently. I will say the buffed nail and the base coat has like a sticky layer on top of it, so it's helping the polish sit nicely. Whereas as you can see with the plain nail, which is what I'm doing right now, it's a bit more, well, yeah, it's smooth, so it's not clinging onto the polish as much as the buffed nail, but still visually there is no difference unless you were to feel the actual polish. Okay, so after wiping down my brush, I'm gonna go in with that white color and do the same tapping motion on top of the purple color. So this is the buffed nail, and I'm just not really mixing the colors, but just tapping on the white on top of the purple. Wiping my brush again, and then doing the same thing on the non-buffed nail. So just tapping the white on top of the purple in a diagonal motion. And so far so good, guys. I can't really complain. I could try and complain, but really and truly it's completely fine. So on the left is the buff nail, on the right is the non-buff nail. Moving on to the pinky. On this nail I'm just going to do a simple ombre with the nude and the purple. If you've not seen my how to ombre gel polish video, I'll link it below. But it's very simple. I just firstly lay on the two colors that I want to ombre. So just about halfway or under halfway, I'll apply the first color, which is this nude, and then I'll fill the rest of it with the purple. Okay, this is me filling in the rest of the nail with the purple. Trying to get as close to the edge of the line of demarcation, but obviously try not to mix the gel polish colors just yet. I hope you're still with me, guys. So right now you're looking at the non-buffed nail. You know what, yeah guys, when I level up with my editing skills, one day I will be able to do a side-by-side comparison of videos, but until then you're gonna have to bear with me, guys. But anyways, I was rambling again. So the way I ombre is I take a small brush. It is clean, by the way, it's just that it's stained from a previous red gel polish I used. But yeah, I take a small brush and lightly, and I mean very light-handedly, drag down the two polishes into each other. And if you notice, I like to keep turning the nail around so that it's an even blend. So I will turn it, swipe down, and then wipe my brush with the tissue, and then turn it again, and just keep slowly blending in the colors together. I hope that makes sense. I know it was kind of a bad explanation, but I hope that visually you will be able to see what I'm doing. Oh, and the reason you have to wipe your brush is to remove the excess polish, because the key to getting a good ombre is to make it seamless. So the less polish the better. It's better to work with a little bit at a time than to work with a huge glump of gel polish. Don't let my talking distract you, guys. I hope you're keeping up. So this is currently the non-buffed nail, so the plain nail, and I would say it was just about the same to ombre. I didn't really notice any sort of difference. But in terms of ombre, I would say I would rather have a buffed nail than a non-buffed nail, because it just felt a bit more like I had more control over the ombre with the buff nail than the plain nail, because it was just a bit too smooth. But still, overall, it's fine if you decide to do either or. Once that's done, cure that for 60 seconds and we can finish off the rest of the nail designs. So I'm going to speed over this part because I'm just applying another basic second layer of gel polish, and then cure that again for 60 seconds. So on all the plain nails, I'm just going over again with a second layer, and then on the ombre nail, I'm going to do the exact same thing that we just did, just with the second layer. Okay, so this is the last of the ombre, and here is a side-by-side comparison. On the left is the buffed nail, on the right is the non-buffed nail. Once that's done, we're going to cure the rest of the nails for 60 seconds. Okay, now I'm going to start on the design with the remaining plain nails. So taking the same purple color with a long brush or long taper brush, I'm not sure on the actual technical term, but yeah, taking that, I'm gonna start with the French pointed tip. So on the middle nail, I'm gonna do a diagonal line just on the side of the nail up until the tip. And do that on the other side as well, and then once I'm happy with the line I've created, I'm going to fill in the rest of the blank space. So once that's done, I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other non-buffed nail. I was about to get confused there. But yeah, I'm going to do the exact same thing on the non-buffed nail, just a diagonal line from the side of the nail to the tip. And I'll always say, guys, don't be afraid to turn the nail as you work. It works so much better with helping you get a precise line. Make the nail work for you. Don't be trying to make it perfect all by yourself. So as you can see, I'm just dabbing on some of the purple onto this palette just to help me pick up the polish with my dotting tool. And we're going to move on to the floral design. I think flowers on nails look so cute. So with my dotting tool, I just dot some dots in a circle, while also trying not to pick up too much polish, because obviously with the dots being so thick, it can easily spill over. You might notice some of my dots kind of spilled. I think flower designs are literally so cute, so simple, so easy but effective. Not me hyping up the flowers, but they really are so cute. So as you can see, I did 3 flowers on each finger on both index nails, and this is what we have. Cure that for 60 seconds. And I'm gonna speed over again, me just going over the French tips with a second layer of gel polish to make the purple pop a little bit more. Okay, moving on to the gemstones. I never really used gems, so this is new for me. But yeah, I'm going to be using these gemstones from Amazon. Of course, to stick them on, I'm going to use some nail glue, and I'm just putting that in the center of the flowers and using some tweezers to place the stones on top. That looks adorable, amazing, I love it. Okay, so doing the other nail, I'm going to apply the nail glue and lay the gemstones on top of that. On the pointed French tips, I'm doing the same, but just one larger gemstone at the top of the nail. Okay, so on our final little bit of extraness, so we're gonna add some silver flakes. My camera didn't record when I was applying the flakes on the buffed nail, but this is me just applying the last of it. So yeah, this is the buff nail and I'm just patting down the flakes. I will say I didn't have to use any foil glue because normally I use that to help stick them down, but as you can see on the non-buff nail, which is this one, it was a little bit harder to stick on the flakes on the actual nail itself, but because the polish was on there, it had just about enough adhesiveness to apply the flakes. So yeah, I would say it was a bit harder to use flakes on the non-buff nail, but on the buff nail with the base coats it was easier to stick them on. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, that's a very minor issue. You can just use some nail file glue and the problem will be solved. So yeah, that's up to your preference whether you buff your nail for the flakes or not. Once that's done, I'm just going to cure it so that the French tips can cure, and then I'm going to finish it off with a shine finish top coat. And making sure to not go over the gemstones with the top coat, just polish around it as best as you can. Cure that for 60 seconds and we should have our final result. Here we are, guys. Thank you so much for sticking with me if you're here till the end. But yeah, this is our final result. I think, to be honest, I don't see a huge difference. The only difference is obviously when I'm making them, but in terms of the final product, they still look stunning. I wouldn't really know, like if it wasn't me that made them, I wouldn't know which one was buffed and which one wasn't. So yeah, I would say this was a success. Take from this what you will, whether you want to buff or not. For me, I'm definitely not going to buff as much as I used to. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. As always, I will link below what I can, and I'll link below my Instagram, my Etsy, my website. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I will see you in my next video. Bye.